Hello, Foothill kids. How exciting is it that we are going to see each other in our church building soon? I am so excited to see each of you and just everybody at church inside our building. Last week, we talked about a new leader, Joshua, how he was chosen by God to lead the Israelites into the promised land, Canaan. Well, 40 years after God led his people out of Egypt, he chose Joshua to lead them to an amazing home he promised them called Canaan. Remember last week I told you there were people that already lived there in the big city Jericho? They had heard about how God had parted the Red Sea, rained down food from heaven for them to feed his family. They had also heard how he led them with a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. And they realized if God wanted them to move into Canaan, he would do something remarkable. So they were ready for a fight. In the past, that didn't really scare God's family, but God knew Jericho would look scary to his family. So when it was time to go, God reminded Joshua that he was in control. God said, "Be strong and courageous and don't get discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Joshua might have been afraid, but he chose to be brave and strong. Have you ever done something that you knew was right, even though you were scared? For a while, God's family camped out, wondering how to get through Jericho's walls. And then one night, Joshua looked up and saw a man standing in front of him. He was holding a sword. He was looking like he was ready for battle, but Joshua didn't recognize him. He asked, "Are you on our side or the enemy's side?" The man said, "Neither. I am on the Lord's side." At that moment, Joshua realized it was God appearing before him, looking like a soldier. And Joshua bowed down and began worshiping him. God was definitely with him and would help him lead the Israelites into Jericho. God told Joshua just how to get through Jericho's walls. If you imagine what Jericho's walls might look like, I imagine them. They might be something like the wall behind me, where it might be made of stone and just real strong rocks. Well, God told Joshua how to get through Jericho's walls. And here's what he told him. This is what he told him to do. He told him to march around the walls of the city once every day for 6 days. Have 7 priests make trumpets out of ram's horns and carry them. And on the 7th day, march around the city 7 times and have the priest blow the horns during the march and blow one long last time, just a loud blow of the horn, and then all the men should shout and the walls would fall down. Joshua must have wondered how marching and shouting would cause the walls to fall down. But he didn't question God. He trusted God, and at the last trumpet blast, the walls fell, just like God said they would. God promised he would never leave his family, and he didn't. He helped them to get through an impossible wall and move into their new home. And God continued to help his people. Joshua was so sure of God's powers that he was able to help others be strong and courageous like God helped him. Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Hebrews 10:36. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, you will receive the promise. If we listen and obey God, things that we want, that we have prayed for, if we are patient, if it is God's will, if He thinks that we should have it, He will give it to us in His time. I can't wait to see you all in our church building. We will still be safe so that we can continue to attend church together in our church building. But I really can't wait to see all of you. And I can't wait till the day when we can safely give hugs or shake hands. Have a nice day.